Then one of the orcs shows a picture of the man who attacked them and that he is Mayo, Demon King from another world. The next day, as Genzo intends to walk Hiroyuki, he starts to panic, realizing that Hiroyuki is missing. Genzo walks around the town to search for Hirotuki. He encounters Miss Kobold and asks her if she knows Hiroyuki. As he's informed that she didn't see him, Genzo immediately leaves her. Hanako and Carmilla search for Hiroyuki at different places. Carmilla thinks they shouldn't have to look for him. Princess Altina also tries to help Genzo. She asks someone and mentions Hiroyuki's features, but she cannot find anything and people mock her princess buttocks. Shigure uses her smell to locate Hiroyuki's smell. She wonders if people kidnapped him with a cage and suspects the kidnapping is intentional. At that time, she meets Claus and explains about missing Hiroyuki. Claus tells her he saw Hiroyuki in a nobleman's manor. Without further ado, Genzo rushes to the nobleman's manor. The noble refuses to give Hiroyuki to him as he bought the dog at a high price from a seller. Besides, Catherine has started to like Maria. Genzo is pissed off and tells him his dog is Hiroyuki. The noble doesn't care about that because currently his name is Catherine and he is the pet he bought. Shigure tries to explain to the noble that Hiroyuki is their puppy and they come to take it back. Hanako says that even though Hiroyuki was kidnapped and sold, the nobleman is not at fault as he didn't know. Altina then says that she will buy Hiroyuki. They are then shown the receipt and learn that Hiroyuki was sold at a high price. At that moment, Maria shows up with Hiroyuki. Genzo approaches to hug him, but Hiroyuki goes to his bowl instead. Genzo cries as Hiroyuki prefers food to himself. Altina rushes to return to the castle to get the money. He is determined to buy Hiroyuki so that Genzo owes her a favor, and he will obey her order to defeat the Demon King. Meanwhile, Genzo tells Shigure to go home as they don't have much money to buy Hiroyuki back. While crying, Genzo bids farewell to Hiroyuki. Maria asks if Hiroyuki is his puppy, and Genzo confirms that and tells her that Hiroyuki is his family, which is always with him all the time. Maria expresses her intention to give Catherine back to him. She imagines if she raised Catherine since baby and lost him, she must be feeling sad. However, her father refuses to give Catherine back for free. He asks Genzo to pay him the cheapest price. Because he doesn't have any money, Genzo tells the others to go home. He thinks Maria is a good girl, and if Hiroyuki lives with that noble family, he will definitely be happy. Genzo feels he has to let Maria have Hiroyuki. Seeing Genzo sad, Shigure cannot help it, and she takes out her savings, which she has collected secretly, and gives it to Genzo. They then return to the noble's house and give the money. Genzo then carries Hiroyuki and says that Maria can visit him to play with Hiroyuki anytime. Shigure then asks the person who sold Shiroyuki to Maria's father. He then mentions their features and Genzo acknowledges Edgar, Misha, and Wolfgang. Without further ado, Genzo goes to meet them and teach them a lesson. As he returns home, Genzo sees two demon beasts standing in front of their house. Shigure suspects Genzo brought them home, but Hanako smells another scent from inside. As they open the door, they find Mayo, Joanna, and Rose. There, Mayo challenges Genzo to fight him. Klaus suddenly appears and suggests that they hold a second tournament. The next day, Genzo practices hard as his opponent this time is Mao, so he cannot underestimate him. Carmilla goes to Genzo and states she must defeat Rose, and wants him to teach her to be a professional wrestler. While Genzo is practicing with Carmilla, Klaus, Shigure, and Hanako discuss the design of the stadium. Shigure gets excited as Klaus explains the ticket for the VIP class will be sold 10 times the regular ticket. Hanako is also glad as she is informed there are many food stalls around the stadium. In the front yard, Carmilla is annoyed as Genzo only tells her to practice lifting weights. Genzo tells her she can't learn wrestling moves before she finishes the practice. Carmilla stops complaining and goes on practicing as she remembers she wants to win to protect Hanako. A few moments later, Shigure calls Genzo to discuss the match order in the stadium. As they need more players, Genzo and Shigure go to Edgar's place. Wolfgang freaks out as he sees Genzo. Meanwhile, Misha stands in front of Wolfgang and asks Genzo not to disturb them. Genzo then explains he wants Wolfgang and Misha to take part in the wrestling tournament. Wolfgang declines as he is still frightened. However, Shigure manages to convince Wolfgang by offering him high pay. Finally, the lineup for the match is completed. The next day, Hanako and Shigure distribute the tournament flyers to people and ask them all to come. Meanwhile, Seals, Heat Haze, Mr. Kobold, Carmilla, Altena, and also the Orc King are preparing themselves for the match. Finally, the day of the match comes. The ticket queue is full of visitors who are enthusiastic about watching the tournament. In the waiting room, Genzo encourages the participants, asking them to fight earnestly so that whatever the outcome they will have no regrets. Klaus then fires up their spirits by telling them that the winner will get a prize, so they have to do their best. In the waiting room for female participants, Altena is embarrassed because she has to fight in revealing clothes. Meanwhile, Hanako sees Carmilla worried about her match. Hanako calms Carmilla and tells her that she doesn't need to fight for her sake. Not long after, the tournament is opened by an orc, announcing the first match is to begin. The hero team consists of Seals, Altena, and also Heat Haze against an army of demonic beasts. Altena loses in that round, but Heat Haze and Seals manage to win. In the second match, the Orc King and Mr. Kobold also manage to defeat the Demon King's team. But in the next match, Misha and Wolfgang lose to the Demon King's army. The next match becomes even more heated between Rose and Carmilla. Even though Carmilla is overwhelmed by Rose at first, she manages to knock her out with the wrestling techniques taught by Genzo. However, it turns out that Rose is still able to stand, and because Carmilla is off guard, she falls helpless when Rose fights her back and defeats her. Genzo praises Carmilla even though she loses the match because it is really great. Carmilla then comes down from the arena and apologizes to Hanako for failing to defeat Rose for the second time. Hanako considers her a winner and she is proud of Carmilla. Hanako also gives her the food she bought and makes her cry. In the final match, it is Mao and Animal Max's turn to enter the arena. Mao thinks about his defeat in all the matches against Animal Max and also the hard training he has gone through. He recalls the last match where Animal Max disappeared. Mao is shocked when he sees Animal Max attack him first. The two of them attack each other while discussing how they ended up stranded in that world. Mao slams Animal Max and is shocked when he finds Hiroyuki barking next to him. Outside the arena, Shigure finds out that Mao is afraid of Hiroyuki. Rose and Joanna also realize that Mao is afraid of cute animals. Not wanting Mao to lose, the two of them trap Hiroyuki with food and arrest him. Genzo immediately jumps out of the arena and then chases the two of them who are running with Wolfgang and Misha. After successfully rescuing Hiroyuki, Genzo asks G to look after his dog and returns to the arena. The fight becomes even fiercer when all the Demon King's armies and the hero team attack each other. They are busy fighting outside the ring while Mao and Animal Mask attack each other in the arena. Mao jumps onto the rope and slams himself onto Animal Max. When Animal Max manages to stand up, he lunges at Mao and slams him with his signature wrestling technique. Mao is unable to move, so he has to accept his defeat from Animal Max for the umpteenth time and admits that he is no match for Animal Mask. As an animal lover, Animal Mask says he is fighting because he has something to protect. He then reaches out and helps Mao up and then tells him he will always be ready whenever Mao wants to fight him. The referee announces that Animal Mask is the winner. At that time, from behind his mask, Genzo sees how beautiful it will be if humans can coexist with animals. Shigure climbs into the ring and congratulates Genzo because the hero team manages to win. Klaus climbs into the ring and praises Genzo's match. He hands over the trophy and the prize money that Genzo will use to make his dream of opening a pet shop come true. After that, Klaus comes to Shigure to show the total amount she needs to pay for the damage caused by the wrestlers around the arena, the cost of Hanako's food, and also Carmilla's drinks. Shigure is furious because the two of them wasted the payment she should have earned. The next day, at the guild, Genzo and the others gather to hold a victory party. He invites everyone, including the demon beast, to have fun. Genzo hugs a frightened Wolfgang while Misha tries to save him. At another table, Mayo is also enjoying his meal with other demon beasts. Shigure, who comes there, becomes angry because Genzo is wasting money, but when she sees the humans mingling with the demon beasts at the party, Shigure forgets her anger. The next day, Shigure takes the trophy Genzo got and sells it for money. Mayo says goodbye to Genzo to start his new adventure. The guild master then comes to Genzo and tells him a minotaur appeared in the southern valley. When he's told of the large payment he will get if he succeeds in conquering this creature, Shigure immediately becomes excited, as does Hanako, who drools at the thought of the taste of minotaur meat. Genzo agrees to take the job and then invites the others to go meet the minotaur, and the story ends here. This is the end of Hadage Kimono Maichi Season 1. Thank you so much for staying in this channel and watching our videos. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so we can keep you updated with our latest contents. See you in the next video.